Here's a tweet right here, guys, especially talking about the Ayer Cut. And, when we get further along with the tweets, when it comes to the scooping game, which I'm just tired of, trying to deal with like the scooping game, especially when it's like, hey, dealt with the scooping game already, and now we're dealing with another bit of the scooping game. But somebody, in this Twitter thread right here, when it came to the Ayer Cut, apparently there's information out there that they're talking about, hey, the Ayer Cut might be announced DC Fandome. That's right. Ayer Cut announced DC Fandome. First off, we don't even know when DC Fandome is. And secondly, no. But thirdly, when these scoopers decide to be like, they use buzzwords like, well, obviously the biggest one, which apparently ruffled some feathers because I've seen that word being used, imminent. I should record some kind of drop when it comes to using the word imminent and have an echo. Imminent. Dint, 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 dint. You got imminent, you got if, you got possibly. Because if it doesn't actually pan out, hey, I only said if or possibly. That's just the playbook. It's that scooping 101. Don't ever say it's for sure because then people will come down on you. Back up a little bit and use little buzzwords. But yes, DC Fandome, I don't see the Ayer Cut being announced. How many times have we heard that things were supposed to be announced at either DC Fandome or some other thing, some other streaming thing, and it never happens? So don't believe that, please. Don't believe that. Like I said, come November, when supposedly, Mr. Director, Mr. Ayer is supposed to be like, hey, we got to boost something because possibly he'll be making the pitch for it. That's when we got to really hit that fucking hashtag really hard and then hit it hard even before it. Try to tweet it, when you just randomly, if you're not doing anything, just tweet fucking release the Ayer Cut. Zack Snyder. Okay. Again, Zack Snyder. This is why he's the man. This is why it doesn't matter. The guy puts any kind of camera in his hand. It could be a fucking Polaroid camera, and he could make a absolutely gorgeous shot. The dude was in Pasadena yesterday. He takes a picture, a selfie, holding it up at City Hall, Pasadena City Hall. He's got the sun perfectly about to go behind the building. It's showing all the rays. He's perfectly centered, and it's an awesome shot. Okay? I can't take a selfie like this. I don't know how this man does it. The guy just has an eye. He just has an eye for photography. So, and then of course the caption says, out with the kids for Father's Day. Now naturally, oh my Lord. Naturally, I made the joke. I made the joke right here. That something big is going on. Something's happening. I had to make the joke. Had to make the joke because you know what happens sometimes, and going back to the whole scooping thing and scoopers, that just will blow up everything that's happening when it comes to especially Zack Snyder. A lot of people are like, oh my God, and I couldn't believe it. I was just making the joke, and then all of a sudden I started seeing people really lean into it, okay? And I'm actually going to go full screen here because I'm telling you what, guys, and I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here that, going even back to the whole Ayer Cut thing that's, it's DC Fandome announced. It's just, if you look at the last DC Fandomes, when have they really announced anything? Okay. Anyway, the track record anyway. So when it comes to this, now I was seeing people that were really just kind of leaning into it and saying oh my God, something's happening, he's trying to hint us at something. And then I saw a screenshot of Google Maps, and apparently there's a place, there's a knife store or something like that that's right around the corner or wherever that he was at, and it's called Man of Steel. That's what this place is. So people were like, oh my God, he's confirming something, when it comes to a new Superman movie or Man of Steel sequel, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, you guys, no, you're not. I was making the joke that something was happening, not thinking that anybody was actually going to be taking any. I mean, obviously they're not referencing my tweet, but I was just kind of making the joke because, because people just do that. And he always says there's a double meaning, which I'm like, okay. First off, when people bring that to the attention, anytime that he posts something and they're like, there's always a double meaning, he said so. I'm like, okay, then why is the double meaning always DC shit? Why is it always Cape shit? And I've said this before. It's always a double meaning. Okay, could it be a double meaning for the shit he's working on now? Army of the Dead, Rebel Moon? Could be a double meaning for that. But you guys always go to the Cape shit. Could it be a double meaning for Joseph Campbell quote? Possibly. No. It's always the Cape shit. Why is it always the DC shit? It's always the DC shit that's a double meaning. And then I saw something too. A certain scooper said after, this was a past weekend, and, obviously they're going to lean into this a little bit. Apparently, according to a certain scooper, my Lord, David Zaslav of Warner Brothers Discovery, CEO, is considering re-releasing Zack Snyder's Justice League in theaters with the Green Lantern scene put back in it. Couldn't believe it when I heard it myself, guys. Yeah. That's not happening. I'm sorry. I would love that to be the case, but I'm just kind of going like, I don't even know if are you getting bad intel or are you just lying now? Are you just lying? Why you always lying? I mean, come on. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. I don't know. I can't even keep up with this stuff anymore. That's what just gets frustrating when it comes to this stuff. But yes, apparently that was said by a certain scooper. That I think they're calling it the Green Lantern. I don't know. It's just I can't believe that they're actually leaning into that now. Okay, and it's just what the fuck? How much do you have to look what David Zaslav's doing? He's pinching every penny. He's cutting every budget. You really think and trying to figure out the whole Ezra situation, the DC situation when it comes to DC Studios. And you're going to say that they're going to as much as I would love that, but then they would have to remove the Martian Manhunter part and put that back in, I guess, if that's the case. I don't know, but I'm just kind of going wow. It just sucks because I've been through this before. And why is it Green Lantern again? Remember the whole fucking Sam Benjamin debacle? And, oh yeah, Hal Jordan actually shows up with Alfred as opposed to Superman. And it's just oh man, why is it Green Lantern again? It's always the Green Lantern thing. And I'm like, oh God. And it's just, good Lord. And it's kind of funny when it came to that whole situation with those scoopers. And we were no. And then we were if there's going to be a Hal Jordan, Zack Snyder is probably going to try to tap into Ryan Reynolds. And they said, oh, yeah, that's bullshit. Ryan Reynolds, no, it's Sam Benjamin. And then what happens? Zack Snyder goes, oh, yeah, if I was going to have a Hal Jordan, I'd probably get Ryan Reynolds. And then it was hello? So I'm just saying, when it comes to new stuff that's coming out there, I'm kind of going, hello? Is it me you're looking for? But yeah, guys, just be careful. Again, I always just say, be careful when it comes to these. And there's nothing that's happening here, okay? There's nothing. This is just Zach. He spent Father's Day with his kids in Pasadena. He lives in Pasadena. Okay, so he was just having some fun. If there's a double meaning here, sure. Could mean something about the sun setting or something like that. But it's not always about Cape shit, all right? It's not always about Cape shit. Could be about the new shit. Okay, rant over. Sorry. Didn't mean to go so long on that, but my God. Jesus Christ. Mikey Sutton's a ruler of mankind. Okay, guys, if you want to believe what he says, then go for it. Oh, my Lord. You want to believe that the Ayer Cut's going to be announced DC Fandom, and you want to believe that the Green Lantern cut is coming out in theaters. or like Zaslav is considering it, go for it. I mean, like I said, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I mean, just like what happened to the previous scoopers, it all came back and bit them in the ass. I don't know. It just sucks because when you try to put out, actual information that you're hearing and you're putting out there, and then of course people like dogpile you, and then it ends up being right. It's like, yeah, okay. I just hate it when people take advantage of people. That's all.